Joining us now, Black Eye for America author Carol Swain. Carol, the governor also pointed out the hoax that progressives and liberals with an agenda have tried to create by clearing library shelves and saying all these books are being banned, which is just simply not the case. These are graphic, pornographic books that should not be available to minors and children.
I agree 100%, and I think it was brilliant on the part of Governor DeSantis to actually present that to the American people. And whether you're a Democrat or Republican or conservative or liberal, most people are decent people. They don't want their children exposed to pornography. And I believe that the agenda of the left is doing serious harm to American children, and that might explain why we have had such a dramatic increase in the suicide rate of young children.
You know, Carol, I think it's interesting. You make a good point. Whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, liberal or conservative parent, you don't want your kids reading or seeing this garbage. And so the question becomes, how does this content actually get into our libraries where kids can access it?
It's put there by people that have an agenda. They don't care about our children. They don't care about education. These are sick people in my mind. These are people that prey on children. There are teachers. We see all of these newspaper articles about teachers having sex with their children. They're not there to educate our children. Something has gone terribly wrong in American education, and it started at the colleges and universities. Right. It's in the teacher training programs. There is no morality. There's nothing holding these people back. It's up to the American people, and we have to reach people across partisan lines, people that don't watch Fox News. We have to reach them. They will not be on board with what is happening to their children, to our children.
John, I want you to take this because I know that you're just as fascinated with this story as I am. Next one.
Carol, I'm a dad of 9, and Dagan's from Virginia, and this has burned both of us. The Virginia Teachers Union is ignoring an order by Governor Glenn Youngkin by providing teachers resources to teach critical race theory in schools. The Teachers Union is promoting a toolkit, and that toolkit highlights 13 guiding principles of the Black Lives Matter movement. Carol, I mean, some of the issues of this movement, they promote transgenderism, queer affirming, collective or socialist values. I mean, these are things that are absolutely contrary to the American idea, but also what the parents of Virginia actually voted against when they elected Glenn Youngkin.
Well, let me tell you that Black Lives Matter was never about Black people. Their queer agenda was part of their website from the very beginning. And they race is being used by the progressive left to get things into places where they don't belong. And so what they do is they push forth, whether it's candidates or it's an organization like Black Lives Matter, they guilt out all the white people. Most of the white people are silent. They're afraid to say anything because it's Black Lives Matter. They don't want to seem like racists, and consequently our children suffer. I believe that Governor Youngkin and other governors need to have penalties. Legislation needs to be passed so that when teachers violate the laws prohibiting certain concepts from being taught in the classroom, that there are consequences. There needs to be hell to pay when they violate the laws of the land. Right now, they don't believe anyone is going to do anything to them.
Carol, but before we go, this is not about teaching Black history.
That's right.
This is not.
No, it isn't.
No, and people can go on the Virginia Education Union site and look at this information, and it is straight critical race theory. And if you read through it, it's transgender affirming is a commitment to continue to make space for our trans brothers and sisters by encouraging leadership and recognizing trans antagonistic violence. And then also it goes into the disruption of Western nuclear family dynamics. on and on. And I'll give you the final word.
That's always been a part of their agenda, and they even have books. Black Lives Matter has a curriculum, they have books, they have articles, and they are feeding that garbage to all of our children. I mean, we need to stand up. Don't allow the fact that it's called Black Lives Matter to stop you from standing up against something that's destructive to all of our children.
Carol, you made a good point, and was that this is coming from the teachers' colleges. We actually have to fix that, root that cancer out so we can get good teachers with good values out there teaching our kids. And we appreciate all of your insight and clarity on this issue. Carol Swain, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.